I couldn't believe this story about Keith Lee's tip. He made a special trip to the famous Destination Smokehouse for a food review. This place is famous for their fall-off-the-bone meat, and Keith was seriously impressed, especially with that tender brisket. But then, the unbelievable happened. So what did he do? The owner later clarified they couldn't hold the money, but Keith made sure it found a home, proving that even a refused tip can spark something amazing.
Me and my family are currently in Marietta, California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated video I've ever done. In my hand is food from Destination Smokehouse, with the tenderism. My whole mission today to see, in my opinion, is the food actually tenderism, or do I just love watching Unc? Let's find out together. I got it, let's try it, and rate 1 through 10. We spent $129.77. The customer service, my family said, was very good. This food was quick. It only took us 10 minutes to get it. And Unc is here, but Unc walking around with 4 different security guards, which I fully understand because people probably bombarding him non-stop. So I'm gonna show you the thing I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 through 10.
This wasn't just another food review. When Keith Lee reviewed Tendernism, it looked like a simple rating video, but the reaction online showed something bigger, because this wasn't really about chicken tenders. It was about influence. If you don't know, Keith Lee has become one of the most powerful food reviewers on the internet. One video from him can completely change a restaurant's trajectory overnight. He doesn't rely on flashy production. He doesn't scream. He doesn't exaggerate. He just sits in his car, tries the food, and gives his honest opinion. And that honesty is what gives him power. So when he reviewed Tendernism, people were paying attention. He broke down the food the way he always does: tenderness, seasoning, sauce quality, portion size, and overall value. He gave his score: calm, direct, no drama. But the internet reaction wasn't just about the taste. Some people felt the review was fair and balanced. Others debated whether the hype around Tendernism actually matched the experience. And that's when it shifted from a food review into a conversation about credibility and influence. Here's why this blew up. Keith Lee has built something rare online: trust. He pays for his own food. He avoids obvious bias. He doesn't attack businesses. He doesn't try to embarrass owners. He just shares what he experienced. And in today's internet culture, trust is currency. So when he says something is great, people believe him. And when something feels off, people also believe him. That means his reviews don't just stay on TikTok or YouTube. They translate into real-world consequences. Lines get longer, revenue spikes, or criticism spreads fast. And that's the bigger issue here. This isn't just about Tendernism. It's about the reality that one creator now holds the power to influence public perception instantly, not because he's loud, not because he's controversial, but because he's consistent. That changes the game for small businesses. It also changes expectations for creators, because now the conversation becomes, how much responsibility comes with that kind of influence? When viewers watch a Keith Lee review, they're not just watching for food opinions, they're watching for validation. They want to know if their money is worth spending. They want to know if the hype is real. They want guidance. And that's why moments like this grow beyond the plate. At the end of the day, this wasn't really about chicken tenders. It wasn't even really about Keith Lee. It was about influence in the digital age, and how quickly one honest review can shift the narrative around a brand. And we're going to see this happen again.